The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys! This is Girls Talk, Boys Talk, presented by Jigsaw Dating, preferred dating partner of the Dallas Cowboys, and broadcasting live from Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star. Now your host, Nicole Hutchison.
Welcome in to Girls Talk, Boys Talk, presented by Jigsaw, the preferred dating partner of the Dallas Cowboys in the SWBC studio. I'm joined by Jess Navarez, Aisha Morrison, and myself, Nicole Hutchison. Ladies, happy Friday.
Be more enthusiastic. Say your own name.
I'm sorry. And myself, Nicole Hutchison.
Yeah.
That was not any better.
And myself, Nicole Hutchison.
Let's go.
Thank you.
Was that better?
Yes.
I'm
So
sorry.
much better.
It's Friday, y'all.
Yeah.
But we waited, how long was that? 207 days for
A mixture
football?
of tired
Long
and
time.
excited.
Yeah, it's a good mixture there.
Lack of
Excited.
coffee, too.
Coffee?
Yeah, lack of coffee. I haven't had enough.
I need some. That'd
That's
have been a good idea.
You know, we'll get there.
It's all right.
One step at a time. Today.
Yeah, one step at a time. It's all right. 207 days, ladies. We waited for football.
Wow.
207 days too long.
And we got a football game.
We did. What a
last
game.
night. That was a hell of a game.
What a game. That was
Chiefs
fun.
doing Chiefs things. Well, I don't know, because
It was a little close there.
It's a little close there. What y'all think about that game? Overall thoughts, because, the Ravens do come here.
I mean, I thought that
You know?
please don't remind
Sorry,
me.
my bad.
But I thought that, you saw both teams' offenses have a little rust in certain areas. I mean, Kansas City took advantage of, the big plays that were available to them, but neither one of them were just meticulously going down the field, except for that first drive, I believe, by the Ravens. It was like one of the only drives where it's like some consistency in the drive. And then the defenses, baby, they was tired.
They were working.
Yeah.
And that's just the reality of week one. These guys still haven't gotten into game shape. There's changes on different sides for maybe philosophy, coaching. Teams lose guys.
Yep.
So you're kind of like, as a coach, I know Mike McCarthy's going to go through it. It's like, as the game goes, you're trying to evaluate or whatever. So it was kind of what I expected. I picked the Chiefs to win the game because it's just like, I don't know. I just feel like bad juju or something to be picking against them.
You know what kind of pissed me off a little bit?
What?
What did it?
I just hate that, Mahomes has so many freaking offensive weapons.
God.
It's not right.
It was
It's
insane.
not even fair.
It was insane,
And
honestly.
It's honestly fair because
It's not.
in their defense,
That's why
they
she's wearing
know-
red today.
Stop. They know. I thought it was like an orange.
It looks like
red orange,
Cheese
like the crayon.
Kingdom is what it's giving.
I'm about to throw up. But I think it's cool because they were for so long just an offensive team.
Yeah.
And then they were like, nah, listen, we're going to go draft defensive guys. And they improved their defense and put guys around like Chris Jones and stuff like that for their defense to be better. And so now they're just like this well-oiled, exciting machine. And offensively, it's a track meet anytime you out there with them. We look at Miami as the speed team.
Yeah.
But the Chiefs are not that far behind with the talent,
Yeah.
Worthy and some of these guys that they've added on that roster.
Yeah.
Man, Chris Jones was cherry picking who he was bullying last night. I'll tell you that much. That
sick.
that Ravens offensive line.
Talk about it, sister.
Ooh, Lamar was working. He was. Look, I know that's his style. That he typically spends less time in the pocket. That's the Lamar style. We know that. But he was stressed last night. You saw the. I felt stressed for him.
I think I saw some. Who tweeted that?
Oh my gosh.
Patrick.
Oh, he did?
Walker. He said something like, "I need Lamar Jackson's cardio routine."
Yeah, he was. The thing is
sick.
I understand from what I understand, they wanted Lamar to have more responsibility, take a little bit more of that quarterback role. There's something is a little too much. Like, your quarterback should not be doing that week in, week out. Yeah. Like, the wear and tear on poor Lamar, if that continues for 8 weeks straight, you don't want to know how he's going to look during the playoffs.
Some of those hits he was taking, I was like,
they need to scale that back to how much he's actually being too mobile. And I know that sounds ridiculous. Like, you want your mobile quarterback, you want him to use his legs. But last night, I'm like, Lamar woke up just hurting this morning because he was getting hit from all angles. The pocket was collapsing so quickly. That O-line needs to shore up, especially come week 3 against a certain lion, or what's he calling himself now? An assassin?
A ninja.
What's he saying?
Everything.
Well, whatever it is, if that O-line does not get it together for poor Lamar come week 3, Micah's going to have himself a feast.
And
like,
D-Law.
that's...
Everybody going to have
Osa.
feast. Osa.
Well, I mean, you
It's
want to
going to
be able
crazy.
to...
Yeah.
It's, RPO quarterbacks are people that the Cowboys have had trouble with. I think they're going to get a good... And I know Deshaun's coming off of an injury, so I'm not sure how much he is going to run.
Yeah.
But it still could be an opportunity to get a look at this defense with these new linebackers and stuff like that against a team that likes to do RPO. But to add on to your point, Bebe, that offensive line...
Yeah.
Scary.
And it sounds like, because I be creeping on other teams' Twitters.
Yeah.
I be creeping. It sounds like they've been aware that they've been kind of worried about this offensive line starting off. So it kind of came to fruition for them during the game. But the receivers didn't help him out either.
Nope.
I mean, Zay
They
Flowers.
look confused. Like, the communication,
Yeah,
even
that's
when
fair.
you look at the center, like, he was constantly looking around. It just looked like the communication was all over the place for the offense. And obviously, like, that's going to trickle down the line, and that hits your receivers. It was very much, never mind, I won't say it. It gave me Kellen Moore flashbacks, is what it gave me. It did. No, but it did.
No,
when you
you're
see
right. I
the
get it.
panic,
It's
and
on there.
yeah,
I
they're
know.
watching it right here. But it was trickling down, and you could see the miscues. Lamar kind of had the weight of the world on his shoulders. I mean, I don't know how. If it was not for Lamar, I don't know how that game comes so close to that very toe-tapping kind of ending. Game of inches. No kidding. That was crazy. And then for Patrick Mahomes to go on and be like, just wear white cleats next time. I died.
Yeah, he was
I
petty
could
for that.
not.
I'm
I
tired.
could
Certainly
not.
petty. No, Lamar Jackson for 16 carries, 122 yards. If you look at the
Crazy.
rest of the running back room,
Yeah.
13
working more
carries,
than them.
46 yards,
Yep.
2 carries, 14 yards.
I mean, but with that offensive line,
yeah,
they're not
You don't
getting
have a
any
run
push
game.
in the run
Absolutely.
game. They're not. I mean, even every yard that Derrick Henry had, he had to fight for that yardage, and he's not
struggling.
He's never been the super explosive
Yeah.
running back in the first place. Like
yeah.
what those holes are closing as soon as they're opening. Like
There
as
was,
far as
if
like,
there was a hole.
Yeah.
exactly. So
Yeah.
it's it's week one. It's week one. You know, this is a time for people to figure out things, but for the Ravens, they're trying to get over the Kansas City hump. I thought the Ravens were the better team last year. I thought the Ravens were well put together. That defense was fantastic, and offensively, it seems like they had found some things.
Yeah.
It has to mean something to them.
Yeah.
That they feel like they're still not there, and that the Chiefs just continue to draft well, draft as guys come to them, and they're like the scheme and the way they do things just works for them.
Is
What
there-
happens when Taylor Swift's in the...
You know
Oh
what?
Lord, here she goes.
If there's one thing that
I'm
you
just
could
saying,
take,
they're now-
a strength that you could take from the Chiefs,
Yeah.
what would it be?
Oh,
For me, it would be identity.
that's a good one.
That's a good
It
one.
a
would
really
be.
good one.
It would be. They know who they are, and the way that they draft perceives that. And also too, it's just the creativity and play calling, and just the way that they play free.
I think about that little...
that ring around the rosy thing, just disrespectful.
That's what I think of.
But
are
for me,
stupid.
it would be
But it worked.
It would be the identity. I mean, like the Chiefs used to not be, and you know, shout out to Alex Smith and what he did when he was there. But they weren't that great of a team.
Yeah.
They put this team together, and that's why you have to respect it. They did it through the draft. They did it through some level of free agency, but mostly through the draft. I mean, you can't knock what they're doing over there. So it's like maybe a little bit of their identity, maybe a little bit of their confidence.
I think
Yeah.
I agree with those two. I think mine would be, and I say this with a little bit of grain of salt, right?
No, go ahead, baby.
Yeah.
I like the way that they carry the weight of being Super Bowl champions. I wouldn't say with ease, but like they carry it like it's, we supposed to be here. You know what I'm saying?
When they're going for a three-peat,
And-
they're
and
pretty
with
used to the feeling of winning Super Bowls.
Exactly. And with the Cowboys, it's like, we talk about the weight of the star, right? And
Yeah.
how much being here, there's so much pressure. And I don't know if we've kind of established how to deal with that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I agree.
So
fair.
I'd say maybe like handling, the pressure and big moments.
Mhm.
I would say I'd want to take that straight.
It's that
That's
thing on
good.
quarterback.
Yeah,
He got it. He's
I was
Yeah.
gonna say if I could take something away from the Chiefs from we're talking just last night.
Travis Kelce, so he
just in
can be a
Taylor
Cowboy.
Swift.
You
No,
can
I'm
see
just
Taylor and
Heck
Jerry
yeah,
World
I
all the
would
time.
not miss a game. Be at every game. Every game.
What you got?
goodness.
No, to me, it's, when you're in this building, everybody, and Brandon Cook's perfect example of that this week, talks so highly of Dak Prescott.
Yeah.
And Patrick Mahomes has the respect across the league that he's earned respectedly. I mean, you're going for a three-peat Super Bowl run here. What I would take away is I wish that, and it's not necessarily like other teams, because I feel like other teams have this respect for Dak, but I wish, hearing how the broadcast was even talking about Patrick Mahomes, I'm like, why can't Dak, who had a phenomenal season last year, given the post season success? I understand what the difference is here between both of them, but we're week one. Why can't Dak have that same conversation around him for what he's been able to do, given the weight of the star and the pressures that come with being a Dallas Cowboys quarterback?
Yes.
Like the respect for Dak Prescott in general. And I'm listening to this in the background as I'm cooking dinner last night. I'm like, gosh, this broadcast would never talk about Dak Prescott like that. And even just like, I was listening to Twitter Spaces. I was all over this yesterday. I was excited. Football's back. And just the difference. And I understand the postseason success. Mahomes has earned that. I'm not taking that away from him. I'm not taking away the fact that Dak hasn't pushed past that threshold either. But what he's able to do is not easy.
Yeah.
And to listen to that was kind of frustrating last night. So
I get you.
I guess to take something away from the offense, it's like, earn your identity this season to where you have threats everywhere. In the run game, in the pass game, your tight ends have names for themselves, to where your entire team can be talked about like the Chiefs are, because they're backing up what is being said about them when it matters.
It's backing it up.
Yeah,
Right.
That's the part.
It's backing it up. Absolutely.
It was just frustrating.
They got a chance to do that starting off with a road win. Trying to get through that situation. Because that was the thing with the Chiefs last year. Is everybody was like, oh, well, it's not going through Arrowhead. Can they win on the road? And guess what? They wouldn't get it because they have identity.
Yep.
Because they can carry who they are with them. And that's what we're looking for this team to be able to do as well. That's a fantastic point, Jess.
And they can definitely do it. I love that point, too.
Thanks. I was bothered. I was like, are you joking? Like, I live by myself, so I'm like talking to the dogs. I'm like, did you hear that? And they're like,
talking to
what?
We do that sometimes. But no, to your point, when you look at metrics, even metrics statistically, just from the quarterback position, all those people who really care about that stuff, they see that Dak is like right there with Patrick Mahomes when it comes to his performance during the regular season. You're just waiting for them to get it,
to get past
because
there.
you know it's possible.
But my
at this
question
point.
is if it happens, does he get that respect, or does it continue to be like, oh well,
You don't know
you
till
didn't
you do it.
you didn't get there, or you got there but you didn't do it again? Like, I just always feel like there will be something that's not good enough, and it's because of the weight of the star.
And
if
it
You
you
don't
has to
will.
know,
be
but
hard.
you don't know that until you do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so it's like
that's true.
When you actually do it, then
Yeah.
there'll be the conversation of
So we'll play
people
this
who don't really
episode
listen.
back.
Absolutely receipts.
Yeah, and be like, hey,
The CVS kind too.
oh, those long ones?
Yeah,
Dude, I don't know why they're so long. Truly.
I know those random.
Have you not had a CVS receipt?
I swung by my house.
Not-
I'm always
okay,
there.
yeah.
I mean, and they have some good
They
stuff.
are
If you
kinda
actually
long.
read them and don't just throw them away, there's some good coupons on
I
there.
throw away my
they be
receipts.
wishing
I'm just gonna say.
paper.
Yeah. Well,
I'm not finna play with y'all. Speaking of Cleveland, hey, which rookie will have the toughest challenge on Sunday?
oh. Hold on.
Which one?
Which rookie for the Cowboys will have the toughest challenge on
I mean,
Sunday?
can we leave Tyler Guyton out of this conversation?
Yeah, we'll
because
say
I feel
aside
like
from
that's
Tyler
the
Guyton.
obvious
Yeah,
one.
I'm
I'll say
gonna-
aside from Tyler Guyton.
All right.
You want to go? Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm spewing. I'm cooking over here. Let me cook.
I think it's hard not to say Kalen Carson
Yeah.
at this point. Like,
Fair.
it's because you can't help no guy out there. You know, Guyton can get some help over there, whatever. Like, nah, this is up to this kid to know where he's supposed to be. And we already know that Zimmer's going to be throwing out some different coverages, some disguises, stuff like that. It's going to be assignment based. We don't know. There's been talk of Trayvon shadowing Amari Cooper. I don't believe it, but whatever. maybe don't know. So that requires that youngin over there to be on his P's and Q's, and he's gonna have a lot of field to cover. So for me, I think this can be a big game for him, and to build confidence going into the remainder of the year.
Yeah.
Like, hey, if I could run with an Amari Cooper, a Jared Judy, or whoever, then he has something, tangible. So we'll see. That's who I think, Kalen Carson.
To your point, too, it's hard to step into the shoes of a history building season off of Deron Bland's pick sixes
Stephon
last
Gilmore
year.
was great, too.
Yeah. I mean, it's big shoes to fill for him.
Absolutely.
So how he handles it is vital, but very good point. I'm going to say Cooper Beebe only because that center position is so difficult, and you need to communicate. You saw what happened last night as an example of when your center is panicking and not communicating, how quickly that domino affects into a collapsing pocket here. So for me, I'm giving it to Cooper Beebe only because this will be a live game rep that matters at center with Dak Prescott, and your P's and Q's need to be precise. I mean, when you're in preseason, and it's no shade or knock to Trey Lance or Cooper Rush, it's different. It's not the same thing. When you're in live game time and you're protecting Dak Prescott, look, things are a lot different. That pressure is tenfold to what it was in preseason. He's handled it well. I think his snap has gotten better. But I think overall, just having a new center and really learning as much as he has about that position in general, it's difficult. And we've learned time and time again how much actually the center impacts the success of your offense. So it's a lot of pressure to be put on Cooper Beebe, but I think it's a good measuring stick of how far he's come since the start of really being a Dallas Cowboy.
When you talk about Cooper Beebe, looking back at his college career, he only allowed 5 sacks, 25 25 hurries, 39 pressures, and 1,488, so 1,488 pass blocking snaps. Question for you. Oh, sorry, it's a lot going on.
Your pen.
My question for you.
Say it, sis.
My question for you is: in his first start, how many pressures do you feel like he'll allow?
Look, the optimist in me is like 0, none. But I'm going to say like 3 or 4. I'm going to give him a grace period here. I'm going to say like 3 or 4, and I think that's even a little less than I should go. I think
they're going to attack your tackles.
I was going to say that he's not going to be your focus here.
No.
Like, they're not going to bully him as much as they're going to try to bully Tyler Guyton and Terrence Steele there.
Yeah.
Like, those are their 2 targets there. So I think that kind of takes off of him, but especially Tyler Guyton and, the history he has of not playing at left tackle. Like, there's a lot more going against Tyler Guyton than I think there is Cooper Beebe, and they're going to try to attack that. To your point.
And the Browns, they'll bring Tater Tots. I don't know why I forgot this man's name.
That was a lot of football this week.
It's a line. They'll bring their linebacker. Where is it at? I wrote it down.
Kamora. I can't pronounce
it's over
that
here.
one.
Hold on.
But they'll bring him on some blitzes up the A and B gap. So there will be some times that, like we talked about, his communication. Owusu
I wasn't gonna try it.
Karamoa.
Owusu Karamoa.
Thank you. I just need to hear somebody say it right.
I literally wrote down how to say it in my notes right here in a way like my brain could pick it up.
Yeah, he's filthy. He had 3.5 sacks last year. Most of them up the A gap. He's not really going to bend the edge like that. So to your point, Jess, there are going to be some times where they try to rush him up the middle on some blitzing downs. And, of course, they're going to just move Myles Garrett around anyway. So
and he's going to be your game changer on if the run game is existent or not in this game.
Yeah.
For my key matchups, I have run game versus Owusu Karamoa.
Because he's all over the field. He is downhill trying to let you know I'm here all day, homie. Yeah, he can play.
Where's y'all's confidence level in this run game? I mean, of course, we ain't seen it. But with the running backs that we have, what you've seen in the preseason, what little have you seen in the preseason?
They'll run the ball all right. I know that it, I'm not trying to, blow smoke up nobody's butt, but I just think that, looking at this offensive line, you got to look at the trends in the NFL. And we saw it last year during the playoffs. The teams that could go power, and just run down your throat. It wasn't no fancy stuff that they was doing with Green Bay. Green Bay was just running at us.
Absolutely.
Because they were light in the ass in the second on the second level. A lot of defenses are like that.
Yeah.
That's just kind of how linebackers are lighter. If you got a big one, you keep one. I was looking at Roquan Smith yesterday. I said, why is he so large? But if you have a bigger guy that can move, it's a luxury. When you look at the draft, a lot of these linebackers are tweeners. They're not that big anymore. No one wants these big, bulky linebackers. However, if you have some big ones that can move around, then you have more teams going into nickel. Nickel was Dan Quinn's base. We know that's a thing because they're trying to counteract the passing game now and what it's changed into. So defenses, DNs, linebackers are light in their asses. If you have an offensive line that can run at people and be powerful, you have a leg up in what the trends of the NFL are now.
Yeah.
And so I think we are going to see more teams start to be like, that fancy schmancy stuff is nice. We don't got a window dress.
Yeah, we don't have to do
You
that
can't
much.
stop it.
Yeah.
This offensive line has the ability to do that with the power that they have on the interior and the athleticism that they have on the outside. They can do some things if the play caller is willing to do it. If they're willing to do some creativity. If they're willing to get a CD, Turpin, those guys involved in the run game. I think that it could be successful. I believe that.
I also want to add on to this, too, because
What
you
you
have
got?
a Rico Dowdle who people continue to dowdle.
That was actually a good one,
Thank
sister.
you. Thank you. Thank you. But truly, like, who on this roster... I mean, look, I'm not talking about the outside noise of how people just talk smack online all the time about these players. Who on this roster truly do people doubt more than Rico Dowdle?
It's Rico.
Like,
Nobody else
and
is
it's constantly, he's constantly overlooked. People kind of scoff at the thought of him being your power back and your guy that's going to get more of those reps. No, like, and the thing about Rico is the way he projects his game is like, all right, bet you want to doubt me. Okay,
That's
like,
his attitude all day.
he is not truly. Nobody is doubted more in this locker room than Rico Dowdle, and it actually pisses me off.
We can see it.
It does, because he has earned this spot.
He has earned
He
it.
has been through the trenches, through hell and back, coming back from injury time and time again. And I know that's like the downfall of him as your running back, right? Like, oh, well, he can't stay healthy. Guess what he did last year, guys? He stayed healthy, and you guys are still complaining about it, bringing up like an old narrative. Like, I'm tired of hearing it. So for me, if you get a pissed off Rico Dowdle, like you just brought Dalvin Cook in here for what? To scare him? To scare Zeke? Like, for what? It just motivates him more. He's that kind of player that he takes this kind of stuff and he puts it into his game. People call him an angry runner. Yeah, he's been through some stuff in life and he projects that through his game. Like, truly, that is Rico Dowdle as a player. So for me, as long as you have a Rico Dowdle who's pissed off and running like he does, look, you're going to get downfield, get to the red zone, put Zeke in, get him in the red zone, in the end zone. Like, I'm not worried about this run game as much as I was last year, if I'm being quite honest, because you were veering away from the Ezekiel Elliott era last year, and that was so scary. And it was because you were so used to having Zeke that, Tony Pollard was a viable running back one, but he wasn't Zeke, right? Like, we couldn't shy away from that. And then at the end of the day, like, the running game just was non-existent last year. So for me, fresh start, turn the page. You already know Zeke's back, great, but I don't see him getting as many reps as Rico does.
Well, we're going to take our first break, and up next we got a little gamey game. Don't know the name of it. It's all right.
Oh, my goodness.
We're going to take our first break. You're
We'll think
watching
of one
Girls
during
Talk,
the break.
Boys Talk, presented by Jigsaw, the preferred dating partner of the Dallas Cowboys. We'll be right back.
It's the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black. And right now, Cowboys fans can get 15% off their $75 order. Plus, because every deal needs a playmaker, your order will include a free 5-piece skincare set and free shipping. The Jack Black Playmaker is 4 of Jack's favorites and a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Make a play for the Playmaker at getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP.
We know that juicy, cheesy, grilled to perfection burger sounds amazing, but it does sound like something is missing. Pepsi, baby! The yin to this burger's yang. Burgers and Pepsi go together like burgers and Pepsi. This perfect blending of flavors makes every bite of lettuce, every sesame seed on the bun, and every sip of that crisp, refreshing, ice-cold cola a journey to Foodtopia. Burgers, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
At Jigsaw Dating, we obviously want the Cowboys to bring that 6th ring home. But to be honest, we're more focused on finding the person who will put a ring on your finger. That's why we created a dating app that reveals your face through meaningful conversation, so you can date deeper. Because it's personality that matters the most, not looks. Join Jigsaw Dating today, dating partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
The Dickey family always mandated that the only Polish-style sausage worthy of their restaurant must have high-quality coarse ground beef and pork, rich spices, and fresh natural casings. We still serve it to this day, and it's so popular, Dickey's sausage has been named the official sausage of the Dallas Cowboys. The perfect matchup on game day. Dickey's Barbecue Pit. No one outsmokes us. Order at dickeys.com. For groups, call 866-BARBECUE.
Dibs on the ribs.
Presented by SeatGeek give NFL fans an experience of a lifetime the day prior to Dallas Cowboys home games. On September 14th, enjoy activities at the Miller Lighthouse, get a behind-the-scenes tour of AT&T Stadium, and more. Visit AT&TStadium.com/rallydays for more information and to get your tickets today.
We love that.
We do.
We love that.
We love it.
Guys, welcome back into Girls Talk Boys Talk, presented by Jigsaw, the preferred dating partner of the Dallas Cowboys. And we got a game for y'all coming up. It's called the matchup game.
All right.
Okay.
Didn't have a
Did
creative
you just
name.
I was like, did you just come up with that?
Yeah, I didn't have a creative name for it.
that's
I'm just
all right.
calling it the matchup game.
It's fine.
Who you taking? Okay, so bet.
Got it.
Gonna give y'all two guys.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna tell me who you're taking
Okay.
and why. Trayvon Diggs,
Okay.
Elijah Moore. I'm gonna start with you, Aisha.
Oh my God.
Who you got?
Y'all gonna hate me for this.
Oh, I already knew it was going with Elijah.
Yeah, I did
I would
too.
have to
I
go.
felt
I'm
that.
gonna have to go with Elijah Moore just because
Yeah.
with Trayvon Diggs' length, he's always had a little trouble with some of these shifty, smaller receivers. That's just not his strong suit. I wouldn't be in the mood for that. I wouldn't be in the mood for that. I think that even a Deron Bland would be more suited to deal with Elijah Moore. But Jordan
Yeah.
Lewis is going to be handling that matchup, and he's going to be all right. He's going to be all right.
So you're taking Elijah Moore?
I'm taking Elijah Moore. I'm sorry, y'all. Like, don't.
So
look
she
at
comes
me.
in wearing Chiefs colors today.
Stop.
And
This
then
is
now
not
she
Chiefs
took
color.
I'm gonna give her
I
some
hear
slack. It's not
Chiefs,
Chiefs.
Kingdom.
It's like red orange.
Nah.
It's red orange.
Nah, I see Chiefs.
She want to see Chiefs so bad.
Y'all see
you
how they
like
do me?
Taylor Swift.
I love Taylor
That's
Swift.
why.
I don't even care. I see these.
Sick of her.
See that? That is Taylor Swift lyrics.
Okay,
right here.
what you got?
Oh, are we doing the same?
Oh, it's a
matchup?
different. It would be
Yeah,
a
same
different
matchup.
Oh,
Same one.
One. Oh,
Who
okay.
you got?
I'm gonna just be a villain here, just for this. Look, had you not gone first, I would have said Elijah Moore too. I'm not gonna joke with y'all about that, but I'm gonna play devil's advocate here because it's no fun if I just sit here and agree with you, right?
No.
That's not fun. That's
I
not.
mean, it's
It's
not fun.
look here,
It's not fun.
and you're saying against Trayvon.
Yeah, Trayvon Diggs, Elijah Moore.
Dang it.
I know.
I'm gonna say. I'm gonna be optimist here. I'm gonna say Trayvon.
Okay.
I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. He's coming back from his injury. He has a lot of chatter around him of, is Trayvon going to be the same? Is he going to have the
I
same?
know he take that personally.
Look, that's what I'm saying. You have a Trayvon Diggs that has something to prove post-injury. And look, I know him and the rest of this room are close and tight-knit, but when you were sitting there watching Deron Bland be anything but Bland, like, you can't tell me he was not itching to get at the surface. Like, I should be out there too. Like, I should be getting those pick sixes too. He has a lot to prove as far as what the outside noise is saying. We know what Trayvon's capable of. You know he's a ball hawk. You know he's going to be on it. I think Trayvon Diggs. However, that's a difficult matchup. I'm just gonna say
Trayvon Diggs. All right, bet.
Yeah.
Next one. Jordan Lewis. Amari Cooper.
don't do this.
Y'all
to
hate
us.
me, I know.
They
You're
won't
welcome.
see each other that much, huh?
Maybe. You never know.
They
what
might
they'll
line
do.
him up in the slot just because they used to do that type of stuff with Diggs.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, their OC,
I could see them
Ken Dorsey,
lining him up
might.
everywhere.
They might be trying. Yeah, I agree. I don't like the matchup because of the size. I know that Jordan Lewis
That's a
played
good
like
point.
a big dog. He do.
Yeah.
He like a medium
point.
dog, but he play
Woof.
like a big dog.
Woof,
Medium
woof.
is crazy.
But
not the
ain't
schmedium
nobody
dog.
ain't nobody in the mood for this.
What kind of dog would you consider schmedium if you had to go
Schmedium?
with a dog breed?
I would go with an Australian Shepherd. That's a medium dog.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's fair.
yeah.
I'd say Wit's a schmedium dog.
Yeah, because it
My
depends.
dog.
Well, I'm saying
My
just
dog.
because it depends on like what their breeding is and stuff. Sometimes they're smaller, sometimes they're a little bigger.
So you're comparing Jordan Lewis to an Australian Shepherd.
Australian Shepherds are
They look nice.
they're
lethal.
They're
I don't know nothing
fantastic.
about dogs. I'm not
They're
gonna lie to you.
fantastic
I
herding
don't have a
dogs.
dog, so I want one. I just don't have time.
You
for
can
one.
babysit mine whenever you want.
They'll
Okay.
fight to the death for their cattle.
Yeah, they will.
Yeah, they ain't no joke. Anyway, sorry.
That's a good comparison.
I would say. Why you make me pick against our players?
Here,
I'm
let
not
me, I'll
making
go
you do
first. Let me go
nothing.
first because you went
I'm
first
just
last time.
asking. There you go. Yeah.
I'm gonna go Amari Cooper. I'm sorry.
Literally
And it's no shade to J. Lou.
Yeah.
Like J. Lou was at the top of his game at the end of the season last year. Like he was feeling like J. Lou again. Post foot injury, he had the spark of himself
Oh,
back.
he's amazing.
It's incredible to see. It doesn't count of going against your own team if
Hey,
it was previously on the team, does it?
Yes, it
I
does.
mean, yeah, it does.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go Amari Cooper
Denial.
because it's Amari. Don't get me started in that. That still hurts. That situation stings.
We're both thinking
Trauma.
Amari Cooper as much as it sucks.
It's just a really good matchup. That like these are both you're naming them. They're good matchups against good players. Like there's a reason the Browns turned their season around, and I'm not giving it to Deshaun Watson. Like it's the weapons he has around them and how they know to run their routes, utilize the skills that they have. Amari Cooper, oof. You want to talk about window dressing and being able to just get downfield in the blink of an eye?
We seen
Amari
it.
Cooper.
We seen it in the flesh.
We've experienced it.
what
We
it's
know.
like.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, the next one. Tyler Guyton.
Your turn, Aisha.
Tyler Guyton. Zadarius Smith.
Aisha, your turn.
I didn't want to go Myles Garrett. 'cause
I'm
that's
looking
an
at
easy
film
one.
in my
Yeah,
head.
yeah, yeah.
My
I'm
bad,
looking at
sorry.
film in my head. So I think he. I'm gonna go Tyler Guyton.
Good job.
I think cousin. That's niche. I think he has it. I think he has enough in him to deal with. I mean, also too. Zadarius, this is more based off of how Zadarius plays the game and less about Tyler Guyton. It's about the fact that these are two really tall dudes.
Yeah.
And Tyler Guyton, something that a lot of taller tackles struggle with is making sure they can get in their stance, find their balance and stuff when they're dealing with a rusher that gets low to the ground.
Yeah.
Zadarius is not really bendy. He's not about to just bend the corner on you. He's going to try to go speed to power, which he can break your hands down. He swat at your hands and do things like that. But if Tyler Guyton can get a hand on him, I think he would have a better chance of dealing with his power and his speed as opposed to Myles Garrett. There's some explosion from this player, but he really is trying to beat you with how strong he is as a rusher, Zadarius. And I think that Tyler Guyton will be able to find his anchor in a couple of moments with him less than Myles Garrett.
Yeah. Speaking of, actually, a little fun little note about Guyton. You talk about staying low to the ground.
Yeah.
Something that in training camp he was working on, and actually, our boss Derek Eagleton saw this as well. He would
Shouties to
stay
Derek.
low. Is it called duck walks? I think that's
The
what it's
little
where you like stay low.
Yeah.
That's something that he was working on to make sure that he stays low to the ground.
That's
So just a
good.
little
Because
fun
he's
fact.
so tall.
He's so
yeah,
tall.
thank you
So
for that.
a little-
You know that reminds me of back in my old day. I'm so old. No, I'm not. I'm in denial. But last year in my 20s. It's coming up.
Wow.
Oh,
I know.
You
I
about to
still
start
got 3
crying?
more years.
Technically, I still have 2 until Sunday, but whatever. Not talking about it. We're not talking about it. My point is back in the day when I was in dance,
girl.
the taller dancers had to always bend lower than like the shorter one. So me being shorter, like if we had to meet in the middle. So if I was next to somebody really tall, you'd have to meet in the middle. And those girls like back in the day would have to do more like squats and stuff to make sure that they had the strength in their legs and the muscles in their quads to make sure that they could get like to the level of other people if they were taller. Anyways, just a little throwback there. But it just reminded me of that because there's muscles you have to work out to have the strength to like get lower if you're taller.
No, you're right.
Like, and it just reminded me of that.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
It's just the fact you said, just a little throwback there.
Just
That's what made me laugh.
A little throwback. Yeah, I'm old. We're not
Who
gonna
you
talk
taking?
about it.
Guyton or Zadarius Smith?
Here's my thing. Well, I have him more against Steele on here too when I'm looking at it. And the notes I have on him, because we're talking about him on Wednesday, and kind of how he prefers to play on the inside. Like, for him, it's a preference. He prefers to play on the inside rather than the outside. So I feel like if he's playing on the outside, I'm going to give it to Guyton because Guyton's also had his matchups that he's gone through. It's not like he's not going against just any defensive line here in practice. Like, I'm going to give it to Guyton. And that's because I saw how he was working in the videos of training camp, like audibly yelling out of frustration when he would lose a matchup. So this is a guy that's preparing himself for these tough guys that are hard to beat on one-on-one matchups. But overall, like, just hold him down because if he gets pressure on Dak, that's it's not fun.
What I have a question with I don't care if Zadarius don't like playing and he like playing inside. He better kick himself out to the outside. They better kick him out to the outside.
He plays better on the outside. He prefers, as a player, to play on the inside, from what I've seen.
If he want that smoke with Zach Martin,
he's not going to want that smoke.
Come on, exactly.
He's like, keep me on the outside. I'm good.
But they do
mix
some
it up.
twist stunts and stuff like that. They decoy, have you thinking that you holding up a double team, but they got another guy looping around like. So everybody might get it.
I mean, look, here's the thing. Like, and I mentioned this on Wednesday. He only took 13 snaps on the interior last season. But, I mean, you look at, like, 2019, 5 of 13.5 snaps were interior, 8 of 12.5 sacks were in the interior in 2020. Like, you can – I mean, he said it. He said he prefers to play on the inside. But I think for this matchup for him, he's going to want to pick on the weaker guy, the younger guy, the rookie. Sure. Like, why wouldn't
matchups.
You? Yeah.
Hopefully McCarthy can adjust.
Yeah.
Last one.
Here we go.
This one's more so like...
Give us something good.
Okay, yeah. Quarterback position. That's easy, sorry. Running back room. Cowboys running back room or...
Oh, girl, you already know how I
Browns
feel
running back
about
room.
this. Nick Chubb's injured right now.
Yeah.
Look.
You got Jerome Ford, Pierre Strong, Deontay Foreman.
I'm taking the Cowboys running back room. They have more to prove. Like, you have an identity to build here, which is you're a viable running back room.
Yeah, but I could say the same thing about the Browns. That defense led the way for the entire season for them last year. So it's like they still somewhat have something to prove as far as that offense.
You could, but you don't have their quarterback and their head coach are not on one-year deals here.
That's very true.
Like,
good point there.
Your success as a whole is going to determine that future for two very important people in this organization. So for me, I'm going Cowboys running back room. You just heard my spiel on Rico Dowdle. I don't have to do it again. Ezekiel Elliott back. And also, let's admit it, he didn't have the best year with the Patriots. He wasn't Zeke as you know him. He wasn't even as strong in the red zone as what he came off of, the year before or just years prior. He has something to prove, too, that he still has the juice, as everyone says. I don't necessarily think you throw all your cards out on the table. I don't think you see, like, Deuce Vaughn as involved as you'll see him eventually. But, shoot, if you want to throw it in there, go ahead. I'm not going to hate it.
I think it'd be a nice change of pace to play Deuce.
Yeah, it would be nice.
This week.
Do you think they do it?
Possibly.
Think so.
I hope so.
I hope so.
Or we going to pray and fast? Tell Grandma to pray and fast for it.
I'm going to tell her. She be on the main line. I was looking at Zeke's stats for last year, and he had 184 attempts for 642 yards. Jerome Ford had 813 yards, 4 TDs, 44 receptions, 319 yards receiving, and 5 TDs through the air. I don't know. This is kind of hard because I feel like Dallas obviously has Zeke, has Rico. I'm sure Dalvin's on the practice squad, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You won't. I don't think you'll see him. Honestly,
maybe not until like a week 4 or 5. Maybe.
No,
but you also save him for a rainy day in case of injury, and he's still learning language. Like that's the biggest thing.
I'm gonna take the Cowboys running back room because I feel like I just don't know enough about this running back room besides Jerome Ford. The other gentlemen, it was little to nothing on what they were capable of doing.
Would Nick Chubb be a game changer in that if he wasn't injured?
It would be. It wouldn't even. It would be on their side heavy.
Yeah,
because if he was healthy as well.
Yeah,
because like he's just gone through so much, dude. I don't know when he does return
those
what
running
he's gonna
backs.
be. His leg injury was one of the more gruesome ones we've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
So I'm sure he's rehabbing from it. So anyway, I'm gonna go with the Cowboys running back room. But if Nick Chubb was in here,
different story.
It's
understandable.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to take our second break. We have to wrap things up. Coming up next, when you stick to watching Girls Talk, Boys Talk, presented by Jigsaw, the preferred dating partner of the Dallas Cowboys. We'll be right back.
Bossy.
Sorry.
The Dickey family always mandated that the only Polish-style sausage worthy of their restaurant must have high-quality coarse ground beef and pork, rich spices, and fresh natural casings. We still serve it to this day, and it's so popular, Dickey's sausage has been named the official sausage of the Dallas Cowboys. The perfect matchup on game day. Dickey's Barbecue Pit. No one outsmokes us. Order at dickeys.com. For groups, call 866-BARBECUE.
Dibs on the ribs.
We know that juicy, cheesy, grilled to perfection burger sounds amazing, but it does sound like something is missing. Pepsi, baby! The yin to this burger's yang. Burgers and Pepsi go together like burgers and Pepsi. This perfect blending of flavors makes every bite of lettuce, every sesame seed on the bun, and every sip of that crisp, refreshing, ice-cold cola a journey to Foodtopia. Burgers, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
At Jigsaw Dating, we obviously want the Cowboys to bring that 6th ring home. But to be honest, we're more focused on finding the person who will put a ring on your finger. That's why we created a dating app that reveals your face through meaningful conversation, so you can date deeper. Because it's personality that matters the most, not looks. Join Jigsaw Dating today, dating partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
It's the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black. And right now, Cowboys fans can get 15% off their $75 order. Plus, because every deal needs a playmaker, your order will include a free 5-piece skincare set and free shipping. The Jack Black Playmaker is 4 of Jack's favorites and a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Make a play for the playmaker at getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP.
Star in Frisco on Saturday, September 28th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at Flea Styles Market at the Star, presented by Maker Place by Michaels, featuring 50-plus local makers offering art, fashion, home decor, jewelry, and kids items. Market at the Star is always a favorite. Admission is free. Visit thestardistrict.com for more information.
Well, we've got to wrap things up in a little bit, but Fridays are for fun. Mm-hmm. See what I did there? So, we got another game. Build your player. Browns Cowboys edition.
Okay.
Are y'all ready for this?
I don't
as
know.
ready as I
have
can
no
be.
idea what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Great, lovely. So I'm gonna give y'all a position.
We never know, Nicole, what she's gonna throw at us.
I gotta add a little razzle dazzle.
That's what I'm saying. We're ready. We're as ready as we can be. Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna just give you two. Well, yeah. So 2 positions.
Okay.
And basically, out of, for example, if I give you quarterback, Deshaun and Dak, you have to build your own quarterback. What are you taking from both of those guys?
Oh, okay, dope.
All right, bet.
Love that.
We're going to go wide receiver.
Okay.
Build your own wide receiver out of the Browns wide receiver core and Cowboys. Go.
Oh, my gosh. Okay. I'm obviously taking CeeDee Lamb because duh.
Mm-hmm. What about CeeDee Lamb that you want?
I mean, shoot, his connection with his quarterback. Let's start with that. That's not just something that comes overnight. Your connection with your quarterback, your route running, and he's put on more muscle, so I'm excited to see how he utilizes that. I'm gonna take Amari Cooper because obviously I'm biased like that. I'm going to take Amari Cooper and Amari Cooper's experience in this league and how he's able to continue to be as productive, if not more productive than he's been prior. Also, like the strength he has to window dress what he's going to do, fake out a lot of guys, and then continue to go downfield. I'm going to take my player is what's his name? C.D. Cooper.
Super.
Oh,
wait.
Super.
Saduper.
Saduper. That's wide receiver Saduper.
Go for it, Aisha.
Okay, if I'm building my own player, I'm taking CeeDee Lamb's yak ability. I'm taking Amari's route running. I'm taking Brandon Cook's suddenness.
Oh wait, you could take more than one?
Yeah.
More than
I said out of the
from
wide
the whole
receiver
core.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's fine.
Boy, bye. Okay, that's fine. Keep going. This is like Saduper times 10 that Aisha's going with.
And I'm taking Jared Judy's sideline awareness and his flexibility.
I like that one.
That's good.
All right.
Okay, what we got?
Defensive end.
Oh my God.
Aisha, your
This is really hard, honestly.
Okay, so we got Micah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm taking Micah's speed. I'm taking Myles Garrett's power.
That's good.
I'm just raw athleticism. It's crazy. I'm taking Zadarius Smith's hand usage. I don't think his hand usage is that great.
Okay.
What can I take from him?
Zadarius?
I'm not even gonna put him in.
His
I don't need him.
versatility on the inside and outside, like we're just talking about.
Baby, I don't need him.
Well, there you go.
Hey, it's Micah, Garrett, and then I'll take Tank's run stopping ability.
Ooh. I like that one.
Love that.
What you got?
I want to hear Nicole's.
Let's go.
Defensive end.
Yeah. Or
pick another position.
No, you know what? I'll do it.
It's easier when you do another position.
Here we go. Tight end. Go. Go.
I'm going to say Njoku's size.
Ooh.
I'm going to say his size.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I'm going to say Fergie Ferg's dog mentality because ain't nobody bringing him down. Just saying.
No.
And I'd say Ferg's speed, too. I mean, I think he's, that's my opinion, I think he's one of the fastest tight ends. Just
He's an athlete.
Yak ability, too. I'd say, I'm going to call my player
Fergo.
Javid.
Aisha, you didn't even name your player.
Friday. I was supposed to name my player?
Yeah, name your super player.
Ow, my hand.
Combine all of those names you just mentioned.
Micah.
You said like 4 names.
Micah.
So I don't know.
Micah, Myles Garrett, and Tank Lawrence. To Micah Garrett.
You know what? On that note,
there we go.
Kick off.
10 Micah Garrett.
Girl.
Tank.
But really,
Tank
Micah
Micah Garrett.
It'd be like Micah Garrett because DeMarcus Lawrence.
Garrett, Micah, Tank.
I don't like that one.
Micah, Tank, Garrett.
I like the first one you used.
To Micah Garrett.
All right, ladies, on that note, kickoff is at 3:25 p.m. on Sunday. Be there in Huntington Bank Field. If not, like I said all week, you're going to be here watching with us in Dallas. And it's okay.
So bossy.
We'll see y'all next week on Monday.
No choice.
Back here on Girls Talk, Boys Talk.
Be there.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!